bruh, bruh, bruh. Pfft. Yeah, I met a guy down the dark end of a dark alley. Said he had some information for me, something I might want to see. He was right. What did the man have? He had all the great games that are on sale on Steam this weekend.
Well, hey there, everybody. It is time for me to walk you through the things that are on sale on Steam this weekend. Remember, my only two rules are that the games must be at least 50% off, and I must be personally familiar with them, either through having played them or having known people who played them and people whose whose taste I trust. Yeah, that's how words work. Anyway, we've got a lot of games to get to this week. Let's get down to it. First up, Shell Shock Live. This is a game that was introduced to me by a student. I introduced him to Scorched Earth, which you can actually play online, I believe, because it's, people have uploaded all those old DOS games and those early Windows games. Scorched Earth was like this, kind of, but this looks even crazier. It's got them neon colors like Geometry Wars, and it's got a bajillion upgrades. And so it takes the old, Q basic monkeys throwing bananas or gorillas throwing bananas. Sorry, let's be accurate. Just like them gorillas throwing the bananas. Highly accurate. Anyway, but yeah, this got crazy power ups and lots of shooty shoots. But yeah, back in the day, we used to have Q basic with them monkeys and them bananas, the exploding bananas. And now we've got this. So if you like that kind of game, Shell Shock Live is 50% off at $4.99. Up next, Shatter. This is a game that I got because my wife got it. It was Steam sale a couple years ago, and my wife was like, you know what game was fun back in the day? Arkanoid. I want a good brick breaker. And so she checked Steam and was like, whoa, it's a good brick breaker. And this is what she came up with. And these levels are crazy. They really are. These are some of the most inventive level designs you will ever see in a brick breaker type game. And it's immensely satisfying to play. So yeah, it is a little bit of an older game. You're not seeing video footage here. When did this come out? 2010. Little long in the tooth, but you know what? So is the concept of brick breakers. So if you enjoy this type of game, which if you haven't played one in a while, it's more fun than you'd think. Still very enjoyable, overwhelmingly positive, and this game is 99 cents at 50% off. Oh, there's some footage. Yeah, small. Why don't you give footage where it matters, where I can make it big so that people can see it? Oh, well. But trust me, good game. $1.50, 50% off. Okay, Turnip Boy commits tax evasion because, of course, he does. Yeah, if you've never played the Turnip Boy games, they are silly gooses. Yeah, well, there's two of them, and they have silly titles. The other one you can get as part of a bundle is not as much on sale, but I'll show you. But as you can see, it's kind of a like Zelda-ish vibes in a way, but also kind of Binding of Isaac vibes in a way. Yeah, it's its own little thing, but very fun, very interesting, very silly. And it is 66% off, $5.09. But look at this. You get Turnip Boy robs a bank and Turnip Boy commits tax evasion for $13.35. Because if you were to buy Turnip Boy robs a bank by itself, $9.74. But wait, how much is the other one? It's five something something. 509. Yeah. So you're getting a good deal there if you get both of them. 55% off. Nothing to sniff at. And this game is not that old. When did it come out? Yeah, just in January. So you're getting a pretty good deal on this game, plus its predecessor. They're both really cool. My kids have both of these games, and they really enjoy them. Anyway, so there's a good deal right there. This game, somebody's got to listen to me on this. I love this game so much. This is Glorkian Warriors, The Trials of Glork, and it's the silliest goose of a shooter. This is basically Galaxian or Galaga, but on the craziest trip of all time. There's so much silly stuff in it, and there are like random characters who will show up and just change the game dynamics in the middle of a level, and it just keeps you on your toes, and it's really silly and like very silly, very funny, very fun. And it's also, in addition to being very silly and very funny and very fun, it's a really impressive shooter. Taking that old school arcade style shooting and making it like just crazy. Like the screens get crazy in this game. It's 50% off. It's $1.99. Nobody ever listens to me on this one. Look, very positive. 117 people. All of us, all of those of us who have played this and are like, this is good. We want you to know that. Also, look at this. You can get it for the same price. The OST and supporter pack. Yeah, that comes with comics and the soundtrack. So yeah, that also is a thing. Love this game. Love this game so much. Over 9,000 zombies. This is one of my favorite budget recommendations. This game is cheap when it's not on sale, but it's even cheaper when it is on sale. And there's over 9,000 zombies. What a value! No, it actually is. This is a really fun top-down shooter, but it combines like turret type defense with active twin sticky type shooting. And so it's two types of game modes at the same time that gets crazy because there gets to be wave after wave of zombies, and you get so little time in between to build up your fortifications and collect ammo and prepare yourself for the next wave. And you can play this in online multiplayer. I have done that with a viewer from the channel who also owned this game and just one time hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to play this game? And I was like, sure. And we did. We had a fun time. Well, I had a fun time. I think he may have been annoyed at how bad I suck at it, but whatever. We had a fun time. Anyway, over 9,000 zombies. Yeah, it's a very fun game, and it's 72% off. It's only 55 cents. It is a great value game, and I love recommending it. Wizodd. Now, this one's a little bit of a feel for me. I might like this game more than a lot of other people. But I just like the vibe of it. You know, your little bouncy wizard man. Obviously, this is a dungeon crawling roguelike. You've seen a lot of these type of games, I would be willing to bet. But this one, a lot of times with these dungeon crawly roguelikes, it's about the vibe. It's about the way the game feels when you play it. And this one has good feel. Like it really does. Your little wizard has a satisfying shot, and the controls are good, and it's fun to play, and you can't really ask for much more than that. I mean, your better roguelikes are going to have like, really deep story and interesting worlds and lots of lore and stuff. This one is very light on that, but it is still very fun to play. 70% off with at $1.49. And so yeah, the Wizodd, it's good. Um Hardcore Mecha. Here's another one that I haven't played yet, but I purchased because I love mecha. I love giant fighting robots. I've seen so many Gundams and Voltrons and all those types of things. That's the type of anime that I prefer. And yeah, so I'm always looking for games that will give me that Gundam type feel, because if you know your Gundam games, oh, there's a lot of stinkers out there. A lot of games that attempt to give you that Gundam feel but don't. Now, I've not played this one yet, but it's very highly rated and it looks super cool, and I am going to be reviewing it sometime in the very soon. Come on, get to the action. Uh because there is like, yes, there we go. It's a run and gun platform shooter, but with really cool looking mechs and really cool mech powers and anime cutscenes and all the things that you would want. And oh, that reminds me of the legged ship from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. I mean, they're just, it's I mean, I wish that guy was in a half mask, because reasons. But whatever, you can't have it all. He's got a little Zarkon in him, so we'll forgive it. But yeah, in my endless quest for good mecha games, this one looks exceptionally good, and it's 70% off, $5.99. Very positively reviewed, and I am excited about this one. I do hope to review it before too long. Got a lot of games to get to, but this is one that I should get to before too long. Anyway, 70% off, $5.99. All right. Enter the Gungeon has been an indie darling since forever. It is very much the roguelike bullet hellish fun time that everybody has been loving for a long time now. If you, it's one of those ones where if you haven't played it, and you tell people like I haven't played it, they'll be like, "Oh, dude, Like, you gotta play it. And the reason that people give you the aw dude is because the game is good. It really is. I don't even know if I've reviewed this for the channel yet, but I've played it a bit and it's crazy bananas. Um, so yeah, a lot going on. Very bullet hellish, very twin sticky and rogue likeish. So or rogue lightish. Likeish? Yeah, that one. Anyway, um, but a really cool game. And guess what? There is a bundle with Exit the Gungeon. And I think that's actually, haha, yeah, I did put that up there. Enter the Gungeon and Exit the Gungeon. I don't have Exit the Gungeon yet, but for 628 you can get both of them. And yeah, I'm assuming Exit the Gungeon is every bit as good as the game that came before it. So yeah, looks pretty cool. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Tomorrow's payday, so who knows? I might be able to. Okay, Axiom Verge. Here's a game that I love to recommend to people because for a time when Metroidvanias were first starting to get really good, when those nights started to get really hollow and whatnot, and we started to get really into this idea that games could be like Super Metroid and like Castlevania Symphony of the Night and like those three very excellent Castlevania games on the Game Boy Advance, which if you haven't played those, oh my goodness. I've been thinking about replaying all three of those soon cuz yeah, them's getting expensive and I have original cartridges for all three and threw away the boxes for all three because I never collect boxes. And so I could have had them boxed with manuals and everything, but like I just chucked them on the floor of my college dorm at some point. Anyway, Axiom Verge is from that era when we were first getting a sense for what we could do with a Metroidvania. And this is a one-man development team. Um, and it is an incredible game. Absolutely incredible. People when it was released were like, yeah, this is equal with Hollow Knight. Like it was just how people treated this game when it came out. And I feel like people done fallen off on this one. I don't hear people talking about it as much. It's an excellent game. And if you have not played it and you like Metroidvanias, it is the Metroidvania vibe. And I'm not going to tell you anything about the story, but like the moment you realize what the story is going to be, I mean, there are twists and turns in it, but just the premise of the story, you're going to be like, oh, that's a cool idea because it is. It's a really cool game. 75% off at $4.99. Slime Rancher. Oh boy, here we go again. Um, One of my students just reminded me of this game, which I still have not played, but every other member of my family has played and enjoyed. So I'm the last one to the party on this one, just because of how stupid big my backlog is. But I will play it at some point. Don't worry, I will play it at some point. And one of my students just this week was like, "Hey, have you ever played Slime Rancher?" Because students all the time when they find out that I'm into gaming, their initial reaction is, "Oh, cool." And then when they find out that I don't play like Call of Duty and Fortnite and stuff, they're like, "Oh, lame." And then we have to find common ground as gamers. Like, what are the common things? And this is a game that I swear to you, I had a student this week who was like, "Oh, you got to play Slime Rancher." And so, yeah, now I'm getting it from all sides. Everybody is like, "You got to play this game." And yeah, very cute, very fun looking. I'm taking people's advice on this one, but it's 75% off at $4.99. You can get a bundle of 53% for 23.28 or 38, but that's a little rich for my blood. I don't pay that much for games. I just don't. I am a skinflint, as they say. They do say that. That is a real word. Students always doubting me, like, is that a real word? Yes, I use only real words. You could tell I'm an English teacher. Anyway, Guacamelee 2. Did you listen to me and buy Guacamelee 1 last time, and then you played it and you were like, oh my God, this game is excellent? You talk about Metroidvanias. Guacamelee is one of the coolest Metroidvanias out there with a really awesome combo based combat system and then all these powers. And yeah, you get to turn into a chicken and stuff. And there's like, physics based platforming puzzles. And like, there's so many cool things in these games. And they are so satisfying when you finally make it through a part that you have been stuck on. Like, it is immensely satisfying. And so, yeah, like I really enjoyed Guacamelee 1 when I played it. Have not played Guacamelee 2 yet. It's on the list. You know I have that backlog. But it is a really cool game, really awesome, luchador, Mexican wrestler theme that is just super awesome. And so, yeah, 75% off, 4.99. Like you when you get the first game, you're going to want to have the second game. So, yeah, there it is for you. Blossom Tales of Sleeping King, I really really like this game. I haven't finished it yet. I've been playing it on the Switch, and I got stuck like partway through. I need to look up a guide because some of the puzzles get very puzzly late in the game. But this is very much a Legend of Zelda type game, but is even more puzzly than some of the Legend of Zelda stuff by a lot. And so, if you like Legend of Zelda and you like puzzles, here is a game that you're going to have a lot of fun with. Very, very cool, very charming, and yeah, has that old school vibe. And the whole thing where like the entire story of the game presents itself as a grandpa telling this as a story to his grandchildren. So whenever you die, the kids are like, "That's not how it goes, grandpa," and you come back to life, and it gives you a reason to come back to life in this action RPG style puzzly type of game. Very cool. It is 75% off, $3.74. I really like this game. I need to finish it. I'm not too proud to hit up a guide when I need help. And I need help. So, yeah, I'm gonna get it. 8-Bit Boy, this game is a loving send up to the platformers of old. And oh, there's going to be a remake of one of those platformers of old a little later on in this very video. Um, but yeah, when you think about the Super Mario's and their equivalents on the Sega Master System and whatnot, the other competing 8-bit platformy style games, this is a loving send up to those, and it's really fun and it feels very vintage. It handles very vintage, and it gets kind of old school hard as you go along. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this game quite a bit. It got a lot of charm to it, and it knows where it comes from. It knows its roots. You're going to see things in this game that you're going to be like, "Oop, I know where that comes from." Anyway, it's 87% off at 90 cents. Alex Kidd, yeah, speaking of those old school platformers, hold up, take that back, take that back. Yeah, it starts off with the old Master System version, and then here we go into the new look of Alex Kidd. I also own this on Switch. I own a physical copy. So yeah, it's an interesting little platformer that has been updated for the modern times. And so yeah. Oh, and you can play the original one. Look at that, and you can play the new one, which is very similar to the old one because that's what it's based on, like level design and all that. Anyway, pretty cool stuff. It's a fun retro styled platformer that is based on an old school retro platformer, and it's 80% off at $3.99. So yeah, Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. Don't forget the DX because it's deluxe. Look at how much more deluxe this is than this is. But you can also play this. So this is a pretty good deal. $3.99. Yeah, solid for the Alex Kidd. I paid more than that for the Switch version, I'll tell you that much. Overcooked. I have talked about Overcooked before. And I think last time I was like, do you want to end the friendship and happiness in your home? Because some people take this game way too seriously. They do. But no, I have seen people have a lot of fun with this game. And this is by Team 17. These are the same people who made my beloved Alien Breed games. So, yeah. Anyway, you're making food. You're doing food prep and you're moving all around the kitchen. And then for some reason, you're going to be like on a truck that's moving down the highway. Yep, there it is. Or in a lava field or whatever. It's just crazy. And yeah, with teamwork, because it is cooperative play, with teamwork, you can get it all done and have a lot of fun doing it. So, yeah, Overcooked. See, I'm not good at playing with others. Does not play well with others. That was on my report card as a kid. I wish I were kidding. Uh, it was never was mean to the other kids. It was always more like he just wants to play by himself. Yeah, true, true. This is that kid. Anyway, Overcooked, it's 339. Yeah, there's also a bundle here. You get the Overcooked, the Lost Morsel, the DLC. It's, a little bit more, less than $1 more. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, there's also bundles with Overcooked 2, but I don't think Overcooked 2 itself is on sale. And that is entirely too pricey. How are you going to go from 429 to 8104? Come on now. Who are you selling games to? Anyway, Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams. This is one of the most beautiful platformers I have ever played. I have this game in multiple formats, including I have it for the Wii U. That's right, because I have multiple Wii U's actually, because I used to be able to get them at Goodwill for nothing. Because Goodwill was like, we don't even know what this is. Yeah, good times. Can't do that anymore. Certainly not. But anyway, this game is so cool and so fun, switching between the light world and the dark world with the two sisters and just kicking booty. And it's there's a platforming of increasingly difficult platforming and puzzle solving in the levels. And that is fun enough on its own. And then you can also try to collect all the things, which is really hard. But if you are the sort of person who is like, I'm going to collect all the gems, yeah, you're going to have a challenge ahead of you. But if you like a good challenge in a platformer, in a puzzly platformer, this one is one of the coolest that I have ever played. And so, yeah, if you, oh, also let us not forget that Nintendo sued the original Giana sisters way back in the day. And so, yeah, this is a franchise with history. And so, yeah, if you want to like also have the joy of thumbing your nose at Nintendo a little bit, here you go, Giana sisters. And let's not think too hard about the fact that I own it for the Wii U. Anyway, physical copy, disc in case. I don't know if it's shipped with a manual, but complete in box basically. Anyway, 299, 80% off. And there is it's not also on sale. That is unfortunate because there is a DLC for it, which is also really cool. Torchlight, oh my god. Torchlight and Torchlight 2 are my two favorite Diablo clones of all time. Hands down, no questions asked. I might like them more than I like Diablo and Diablo 2, and I know that that is blasphemy. I know. Stay a while and listen. Yeah, come on. I've been playing those since forever, but like Torchlight, though. Torchlight, it's beautiful. It is very Diablo-ish, but the beauty of these games is that they played Diablo and they were like, wouldn't it be better if? And everything that was a wouldn't it be better if they did in this game. And there's a very active modding community, and there's an achievement for playing the game with mods because they want you to. They want you to mod it and they want you to play it with mods. So, super cool developer. It is $2.99 at 80% off. And Torchlight 2, I love Torchlight 2 as well. This one has a secret Minecraft level that you have only a 1 in 4 chance of spawning, and if you don't explore every little bit of every map, then you might miss. And so, yeah, it's it's really interesting that way. It is just like the first one, only more so. Yeah, 4 new classes. So it's got new classes, new class-based skills and abilities that are really cool and really interesting and add a lot to the world. And so, yeah, it makes itself worthy of multiple playthroughs because of how differently it plays depending upon the class that you choose. It's still the same story, but it's a very different gameplay. And so, yeah, it's very fun. I have played both of these games, Torchlight and Torchlight 2. I have played all the way through with every single character type because that's how much I love these games. No kidding. 80% off, $3.99. Love these games. Out there somewhere, I just reviewed this for the channel. This is a puzzly platformer that is like a 2D Portal, only you don't have a portal gun. you have a teleportation gun. Yeah, it starts off weirdly enough with some side-scrolling shooting in a spaceship, and then isn't that anymore almost immediately, because you get your teleportation gun. And hold up, these you can teleport to, but not through. But you can shoot your teleportation gun through this. So the solution here is to shoot your teleportation gun, hit this, and then it will teleport you to this spot where you will fall into the lava if you do not shoot your teleportation gun again to get you through to this spot. And then you can shoot through this, but you can also shoot to this. And these shoot all the way through the matter that they intersect with. There's many rules to how your little teleportation gun works, and it creates puzzles for each of these levels. Every screen is a puzzle unto itself. And so if you like puzzle platforming, and if you've ever wondered what it would be like to have this, again, it's a teleportation gun, it's not a portal gun, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's very similar, and I really enjoyed this game. It is 90% off at 99 cents. We are getting to it. Civ 6, I haven't played this yet, but I do know so many people who have played this. Yes, you're going to start us off with not gameplay. Is this going to be the not gameplay video? Because sometimes they will be like, yes, this is our not gameplay. Yeah, we get it. You get to take a civilization from this and then all the way to out of, but show the gameplay, for crying out loud.
In the beginning,
and show it
Earth was
sketchily.
without form
Oh, that's the old
and void.
civilization. I was like, why does it look so rough? Here we go. We've gone from, VGA graphics all the way to, high definition. I don't remember what definition this game plays in, but it does have a ton of development. It's like if Age of Empires just kept going on into the future. Yeah, so that is your civilization, and the things that Sid Meier has brought to us. Sid Meier with the very engrossing games, encapsulating games, very like get lost in a world type of games since forever. This is what Sid Meier is known for, and this is 90% off at $5.99. Polybridge is just a simple little make a disaster type game. It's exactly what you think it is. You use polygons to create bridges that you can then get cars across, and every level it will tell you what the challenge is and what you have to do, and you've got various tools at your disposal that you can use to make, there you go, a bridge that a boat can pass through and a car can go and a motorcycle jump. Yeah, things get very crazy in the later levels. I am not good at this type of game. I am not good at it at all. But for people who like this kind of thing, if this is right up your alley, then and you're going to be like, oh yeah, cool. It's 90% off, 99 cents. There's not a bundle with just Polybridge 2. 12.77, 72% off for 1, 2, and 3. I think 2 is really cheap. Yeah, $2.99 as well. And I think 3 is the expensive one in the bundle. Yeah, $11.99. So you do get a deal if you get all 3 of them. So if this seems like your jam, then maybe you want all 3. I don't know. But yeah, if you're good at this, unlike me, then good on you. Get your Polybridge on and go crazy. Last but not least, here's another game that I own. I bought this one. I was so excited for it. I still haven't played it. But the Textorcist. Yeah, this is a typing game. This is a typing dungeon crawler. And is it roguelike? I think it's roguelike. Bullet hell difficult. Yeah. Anyway, so at least there's that. I don't think it's roguelike then. Because I haven't played it yet. I don't know for sure on some of the specifics. But what I can tell you is very positively rated, and it relies on your ability to type. And so, yeah, and to type under pressure. So, yeah, you better be good at typing. Otherwise, your little dude's going to die. Yeah, very, very cool idea. Yeah, you're an exorcist. So you're exorcising demons, but you're doing it through typing. think Typing of the Dead, which is also on Steam and never goes on sale. And I know this because I have it on my wish list. And what what the junk? I should just buy this. Oh, that is the Filth DLC. Okay, cool. But anyway, yeah, this game never goes on sale. And there's all the Shakespeare DLC. As an English teacher, I should have this. But yeah, at some point I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get the entire package. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's on sale. And there's other stuff going on. Dwarf Fortress is 20% off. It came out too recently for it to be more reasonable than that. I don't know what this game is. Uh Fortress Craft does not look like the kind of thing I would play, but if you like that sort of thing, there you go. Mad Streets. Oh, that looks cool. I love a good side-scrolling beat 'em up if that's what that is, because that's what that looks like for under $5, maybe. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's gonna do it for this one. I think I've rambled on for an entirely too long, and yeah, we're gonna close this one up. Thanks for being here for this one, people. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.